Champions have been crowned, or should I say current champions have been crowned. Liverpool lose their place in next season's Champions League, and the battle heats up in the relegation zone. We discuss that and also features and results of the past weekend. Welcome to Chosen Nation Sports. This is your boy Mujero Wait. It's just an honored guy discussing the beautiful game, discussing Queenie, as I know it. Wow. First of all, congratulations to Manchester City, 3 times EPL champions in a row. As I've said and I've mentioned before on this very same channel, only Manchester United have been able to do that. So Manchester City is the second team in the elite group now of winning 3 consecutive league titles in a row. Some might say Pep is dominating and turning this EPL into a farmers league. But let's dive straight into the results of this past weekend. As I've said before in the previous video, that the top race for the top 4 has heated up, and it was up to Liverpool to continue in the winning streak to stand a chance of getting into next season's Champions League. But unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Liverpool went down to Aston Villa at Anfield. No, not went down. They drew to Aston Villa at Anfield, 1-0 scoreline. Aston Villa could have scored 3 goals. They missed a penalty, and there was a shot again for another penalty, but it wasn't meant to be. Liverpool as well created chances. They've scored a goal that was ruled out for offside. Kodegakko getting the equalizer, unfortunately, was ruled out for offside. And what a way to have your send-off. In his last game at Anfield, Bobby Firmino scored the crucial goal in the 90th, in the last dying minutes of the game to at least get his side a point, which leaves them almost out of the race. They've got 66 points as it stands, with a final game left, which takes them to 69 points, which currently Manchester United and Newcastle have. And they've got 2 games or a game in hand, and then the last game of the season. So what has been a season for Liverpool? What is your honest opinion on the season that Liverpool have played this season? Where the injuries played enough for them, or it's just one of those seasons that Klopp could not even explain himself? And I heard in the press conference that he said we were playing like we wanted to qualify for Europa League instead of the Champions League. So 69 points that could possibly get from a team that went toe-to-toe with Manchester City in previous seasons, 90 plus points, a point that in the previous seasons that secured the league for Manchester City. But at this time, Liverpool have secured 69 points, and as well are in danger of losing that Europa League spot to Brighton, who have a game in hand. And we saw earlier on Sunday afternoon beating relegation threatened Leeds United. What was the scoreline? 3-1. So now back to the Vitality Stadium, where Man United won 1-0. A crucial goal by Casemiro, the man from the rock solid. Like Mark Goldbridge always says this: the season that Man United have played this season, it is based on a solid defense, and Casemiro is one of those ones. Rafael Varane, Martinez, Lindelof as well came on in the last part of the season, played his part. I know a lot of people have been giving him stick in the past few seasons, but we've seen that maybe it's because he hasn't had the right partnership by himself. But you've seen how good he is. Luke Shaw, when called upon to play left centre back, he's also contributed. Malacia, Wan-Bissaka, and Dalot. What a competition that has been in the right back position. A headache for Erik ten Hag to select who he has to select on the matchday squad. But now the question remains: what's next for Manchester United. In terms of his centre back, he's got 4 centre backs, and Eric Bailly coming back. Obviously, there's rumors that he's not going to come back from his loan spell. He's going to be sold. Eric Ten Hag is looking for a centre back who has to leave between Maguire and Lindelof. For me personally, I would say leave Lindelof and sell Maguire. But it all depends on the sale that is currently happening for Manchester United, whether they will sell Maguire or Lindelof. Because if you know, Maguire has got high wages and still has three more years in this contract, and obviously he's English, so that will also play a part. I don't know, but it only depends on the sale, Manchester United. So Manchester United get a crucial away win, especially after a poor run in away games, losing almost 80% of their away games, and not only losing but being trashed away goals. So a good win for Eric Ten Hag's team. Arsenal, what can we say? I think Arsenal were playing like a team that has already given up, no clear goal chances created, and losing at Northern Forest, a team that win is very crucial in their season because it's guaranteed them a place in next season's EPL league. So Arsenal losing 1-0. Manchester City, as we've said, they gave Manchester United the league title. They've given them, I think those 3 draws that they had in a row was a way in for Manchester City, and they've never let go. They've just pressed on the acceleration and went in and stole the league titles from the Gunners, which I've always been a fan of this season. I've always said, especially if you've been following me in my videos, I've said I want Arsenal to win this season's league, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. That we can blame squad there, inexperience, but what a great season for Arsenal it has played for them. Let's go. Spurs defeat again at home, opening the scoreline with the beauty of a free kick by Harry Kane. Has Harry Kane as well played his last game at Spurs? And because there's rumors that Man United might be interested in him if they don't get Osimhen, and you know he wants to win something. He's got the record goal scoring, he's got all those things, accolades, individual, but he needs to win something that is worthwhile. Harry Kane's cabinet is just man of the matches, golden boot, but he doesn't have a trophy. Is it time for him to move on? I think so. He's in his 30s. It is time. This is the perfect time for him to move. But where to does he go? We don't know. We'll see. If we look at the relegation as well, results 2-2 Fulham. Those teams have secured their spots in next season's EPL. West Ham beat Leeds United 3-1. Some might have thought, or maybe West Ham might also be on honeymoon phase. At least they were looking forward to the UEFA Conference League final, but they didn't do that. They scored 3 goals at the London Stadium and got the 3 points. So Leeds United again in danger of not surviving. So let's go to relegation spots. I want us to look at it before we go to the top 4. Leicester City, Southampton, you all know, has been relegated, and we saw today, Sunday, earlier on, Brighton went right on them at the MX 3-1. So it has been decided. Southampton 2 weeks back has been relegated. You've got Leicester City sitting at 30 points with 2 games left, and it's an away game against Newcastle on Monday. Away at Newcastle, St. James Park, a fortress that Newcastle have made this season. We saw on Thursday also they thrashed Brighton, who we thought it's gonna be a balanced game. We all thought it's gonna be a game of 2 halves. We all thought it's gonna be a game of 2 teams really going at each other, but it wasn't meant to be. The Newcastle fortress, St. James Park. Now Leicester has to go there and try and secure a win, at least to give themselves hope of catching up to Everton, because that's the spot that is to reach for them. Leeds United as well, they've got 31 points, 37 games played. They've got their last home game against Spurs at home. Will that be a farewell for them at home? Spurs, a team that has not been consistent this past season, 3 games lose in on the chart. will Leeds United fancy themselves against this Spurs? Everton, they're sitting on 33 points with a game left at home against Bournemouth, which we've already said, Bournemouth already they're on honeymoon phase, beach mode phase, towels are vest there because they know they've secured themselves a place in next season's Champions League. So Everton, a very crucial game at home, Goodison Park. If they win that game, they are safe. It doesn't matter whether Leicester does on Monday against Newcastle. If Everton manage to win that game, they will be sitting on 36 points, goal difference higher than Leicester City, because Leicester City has to play Newcastle and they have to play as well West Ham, who we thought are on honeymoon phase. But the results that they've done, the previous results, Baja, Leeds United 3-1. So it is down to the wire for me. It is down to wire. But if I have to put my head on the block, I would say definitely for me, Southampton relegated, Leeds United to join Southampton, and Leicester, I don't think they've done enough to survive. I don't think they've done enough to really fight Newcastle or beat Newcastle and West Ham. I think Leicester City, Leeds United, and Southampton would be relegated from this season's EPL, and Everton would obviously survive. Now we're looking at the top four. We've spoke about this, the top four race. Now it is looking at this. Newcastle on third, 69 points. Man United fourth, 69 points. Liverpool fifth, 66 points. Brighton sixth, 61 points. This is a very important thing I want us to look at. Newcastle and Man United only need a point to qualify for next season's Champions League. They've got 2 games to play. They need a point. And Man United got 2 home games. Chelsea and Fulham, Newcastle, Leicester and Chelsea. Liverpool, the very important thing that I want us to look at. Liverpool are also in danger of losing their 5th position. Because Brighton has two games to play, which is a potential 6 points. They're on 61 points. If they get 6 points, it will be 67 points. Yeah, am I right? 67 points. If Liverpool fail to beat Southampton, but they were down to 6th. If Brighton manage to win both their games, they go to Europe. They go to 5th spot. So it's up to play for Liverpool and Brighton fighting for that 5th position. Leicester City, Everton, and Leeds United fighting for that last place to be in next season's EPL. And obviously, as I've said in the beginning of the video, congratulations to Manchester City, 2022-2023 EPL champions. They made 9 changes. Guys, I understand. 9 changes against Chelsea, and they managed to win. They've scored a second goal, but it was ruled out for handball. But you could see, you didn't even see a difference. Chelsea obviously created their own chances. Sterling had like 2-3 chances that he could have scored. And that has been the problem for Chelsea Football Club this season. Pochettino, rumored to go on his way to Stamford Bridge, has a problem to solve. He needs a goal scorer. Otherwise, Chelsea are going to be where they are this season. Manchester City, 9 changes. 9 changes, preparing themselves for that big FA Cup Manchester derby that will be playing at Wembley with their arch rivals, Man United. But Pep's team, they've done it again for the 3rd time in a row. They say all good things come in third. So congratulations to Manchester City. And we look forward to the last game, Super Sunday, where we get to see who will get relegated, who will get Champions League. Will Man United and Newcastle drop points and allow Liverpool to go in it? Or will Liverpool drop the final points and allow Brighton to take their 5th position? So yeah, remember, prevention is better than cure. Don't risk it unless it's worth it. See you again next time. Please like, subscribe, have your comments as well. Who do you think will go down? Who do you think will take that final place in next season's EPL seasons? Will it be Will it be Everton? Will it be Leicester City? Or will it be Leeds? See you again next time.